Welcome to the Let's Talk with Paula show. And tonight you see that Paula can't talk, okay? I have, it's been a rough 3 months for me. I'm serious. It's been really rough. But then this allergy season, Top of Shut said, oh, allergy season's getting ready to come in. It's going to be the worst one you ever had. It was like he put a curse out there because everybody I know that got allergies is having a problem. But I've been through everything that you could have that has to do with your bronchitis, your asthma, pneumonia, a cold, the allergy season. So you're not going to want to hear me talk to you all night. So I have somebody here that is actually blessing us with a new song. You know who she is. She's been here. She's actually helped me co-host before, and I'm gonna let her, because I'm gonna try not to talk to you guys because y'all gonna turn the thing off, okay? I don't want y'all to turn your television off. So I'm gonna let her talk, and every now and then I might chime in, okay? But anyway, I'm gonna let her introduce herself and welcome.
Hi, it's good to be back.
Yes.
So guys, I'm Micah Chevalier, singer, songwriter, actor, performance coach, and a plethora of other things.
Look, she learned how to be a co-host, you know.
Co-host.
We're going to have our own TV show.
That would be a good thing. I would love to do that.
Yeah, we're going to have our own TV show.
Speaking it into existence. So, but yeah. So I do have the song I'm singing tonight. It's not quite a new song, but it is a song that I think a lot of people haven't heard yet. I released it a few years ago. It was a single written by myself and a gentleman by the name of Alan Johnson. People call him, in this area, they call him the Bishop.
Okay.
He is an accomplished pianist and gospel, jazz, and everything else. Because the song is actually an R&B song. And people didn't realize that it was him that produced it. And I love the song, but I think of the songs, I think of all of the songs that I do, especially the original ones like My Babies. So this one in particular, Alan produced. We were supposed to be selling it, and I fell in love with the song and said, can I release this for my birthday? So I released it on my birthday a few years back. This was before the pandemic. And decided to put a twist on it and added some French at the end. So I call this one my Janet Jackson song. And had the help of my good friend Kenny Wesley doing the French translations. And it turned out to be a really beautiful piece.
It is a beautiful piece because I got a chance to hear it, on our other show. And it's really a beautiful song. It really is. And then when because you didn't tell me that you were going to flip on that French at the end. And when I heard that, I said, she getting sexy for somebody out there telling them something. So you said that what you're saying at the end, you explained to me at the end, is what you say at the very beginning of the song.
Yes.
So what the words are at the very beginning of the song is what you're saying in French at the end of the song.
Yeah, some of it. It's some things are hard to
translate.
Yeah. But in essence, what I said in the beginning is what I said at the end in French.
And it was kind of sexy there, girl. Yeah.
French is a beautiful language.
It is, if you could speak it.
He said I did good with the pronunciation, so I was pretty proud of myself.
Yeah.
And, I grew up, and my grandmother and her siblings, and when I go to Louisiana, they used to speak
Creole.
They used to speak Creole, which my grandmother called broken French.
That's right.
And so they spoke it so that the kids wouldn't know what they were talking about. But and I took Spanish in school, so.
Yeah, if you could speak it. And I'm going to tell you why I was saying that when you finish. Yeah, if you could speak it. Yeah. Okay. Because when I was in college, when I was coming through, you had to have a foreign language. You have to, whatever your degree was, you had to take a foreign language. So I first tried French. And the French teacher came to me and said, where are you from? I said, I'm from here. She said, oh, I could fool me. I thought you was from Tallahassee or Alabama somewhere. I said, yeah, okay. She said, well, maybe you need to try another language, okay? I said, okay, no problem. I'm not mad with you, but I'm going to finish this class so I get this credit, right?
Get the grade.
So then I went to the Spanish teacher. I mean, the next semester I went to take Spanish. And my mother used to laugh at me when I was in high school when I tried to speak Spanish, okay? But I didn't pay her no attention. But when my Spanish teacher came to me and said, oh, yeah, where you from? I said, I'm from here. She said, oh, you could have fooled me. I would have thought you was from Tallahassee. Okay.
Interesting.
She said, have you tried taking French? I said, no, I've taken Latin when I was in Catholic school. She said, for real? I said,
yeah, we all took a little bit of Latin.
Yeah. She said, it wasn't very much, was it? I said, no, it was just what we needed to know. So, that kind of broke my heart, you know. So I really learned how to speak Spanish when I was working at Walt Disney World, because everybody would walk up to me and start, even now, start speaking Spanish. And so I learned from being there.
It's the light skin syndrome.
Yeah.
People do that to me too all the time.
Yeah, they walk up to you.
They walk up to you
and start speaking Spanish. And so I try to learn as much as I could, at least, have some kind of dialogue with them, to get them in the right spot, But yeah, but you spoke that, they're going to hear it. But oh my God, I mean, you did such a wonderful job with that piece,
Thank you. I love doing that song, and I don't get to do it a lot these days. Working on, trying to create or come out with some ideas for shows, in the coming year, because, we're all still getting back on our feet from COVID. So, that song will be in my sets, will be in my repertoire. So I'm just
it should be.
Yeah.
I've not heard a song yet that I can't see being your repertoire. See, I messed that word totally up.
You're biased.
Excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. I know y'all don't want to hear me. But anyway, I'm here, I could get Tom to attest that. Unless it's a funeral, or something, I'm going to be here, okay? So, I mean, I'm glad because God originally had just you and I. And then I said, well, I knew I wasn't feeling good, so I was trying to get enough people in here so we could just talk, right? And God said, no.
You're going to
do it the way, and like, I've had my computer crashed, my phone's crashed, and, just so happened, God had his way,
I can't even tell you what I went through this week.
Yeah,
the past couple of weeks,
2 weeks.
The last couple of weeks have been really crazy. So, yeah, I am certainly grateful that I am here. I'm alive.
I'm grateful because I wouldn't have known until I got
I wasn't
here.
on that bridge.
Yeah.
I was safe at home,
yes.
And that the people that I care about were safe at home. I just...
And now I'm trying to figure out that bridge was sabotage. I want to go back and look at and see how they broke that part of Maryland up when they did that gentrification piece for Maryland. And I really want to see whether or not the people on the other side of that bridge, who are they, and dynamics so far as an election is concerned, and the dynamics was on the other side of the bridge to see what happened so far as, are they mostly Republicans, are they Democrats, did we split them up? Because that accident.
Question. And that area it's the east side of Baltimore. So that bridge connects the east and the west. And it's a lot of people use it. A lot. Not only that, but you've got the postal workers, Amazon, FedEx, truckers, delivering goods and materials back and forth. And so that affects all of that. Gas trucks. Oh, let's see when...
How the gas start going up.
It's going to affect the gas in our area.
Yeah.
And, it's really sad. And I agree with you. I think that there's more to the story than just the fact that the lights, that electricity went on and off on
right.
the boat.
But they say the electricity is on the boat now. But where the curve went, when they show it, he had more than enough room. He didn't even have to go over in that direction when the electricity went out the first time. If he had said on course,
I think it was a distraction.
he would have been all right, you know. But they said they're going to investigate it because it doesn't add up. And then the lady on the news last night said she did not, all that what he said, he reported, and this was on the news to say something I'm making up. The lady that's in charge of the investigation said that she did not see any of those reports come through, that they said that they alerted somebody and asked for some help. She said, I did not see that, but she said, we do have to investigate some more. And they were hazardous material. So the thing about it is that the barge looked like it was too much stuff that should have been on it anyway. And just think if it had actually caused an explosion.
I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad it didn't either, but the way it felt, one of the news reporters said that it looked like they would, not me, this is what I heard on the news, is that they had an explosion, just like somebody had said explosions at a certain part of the bridge away from the boat, but so that it would make each pillar fall, just like dominoes when it did. And the way they showed you how it did this U-turn, right? They said they're not understanding why that happened. And for you to hit that side, I was surprised. I don't like going over bridges. But I was surprised that they had not. I thought the Key Bridge was one of those ones, because it's another big bridge that you have to go over to get north.
So there's the Key Bridge, there's the Harbor Tunnel, and then there's the Fort McHenry.
And they fixed one of them so that they would anchor itself.
So, but the Key Bridge is the only one
That still would use the old technology.
Well, it was the only one that had the capability of handling the weight of some of those trucks, those delivery trucks and things like that go back and forth over that bridge. So those other like the tunnel the tunnel, you can't go through the tunnel if your vehicle is a certain height.
Right.
So that's out of the question.
Right.
Which means, and the other one isn't capable of handling that weight. So we're talking about people having to be rerouted all the way around the city, because there is a way to get to the other side. It just takes forever. Those bridges were there to shorten the distance, kind of like Maryland has the intercounty connector. So it makes the trip at least 10 to 15 minutes shorter than having to go all the way around. So,
but that's devastating.
For a while.
And I'm sorry, my condolences go out to the family members, and it definitely goes out to the ones that don't know whether or not their families are sitting down at the bottom of that water, or whether or not they are someplace and they can't get in contact with people. But I hope that excuse me, y'all, I told you I wasn't going to talk that much because it's really bad.
But it's on your heart, so.
Yeah, but I really want to send my condolences out to those people and those family members, and I hope that they find, everybody, so that at least their family members could be at peace, And my hat goes out to you guys that have to try to figure out how to get from here to there now, I would have thought that once they start doing these other bridges and stuff for the infrastructures in this country, that they would have made that bridge like they did that other big bridge, I can't think of the name of it, where they made it where it's self-supporting with cables.
Right.
And they took the pillars away. And I hate going across that bridge too, but it gets you up north.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was really surprised to see that Key Bridge had not been worked on at that point.
Well, there were workers there, but they were sitting in one of the vehicles, like on a break or something.
Yeah, they said, because there was two people in the truck, and they said there was some people that was in the
they went down with the bridge.
Truck. They went down with the bridge.
That's, I actually know somebody who knew the company, who deals with the company that they work for. And that's just just sad all the way around.
And then I take my hat off to the Channel 9 newsman that anchored last night, and they showed two of the people that had passed, and they were immigrants. And he said, it doesn't matter whether or not they're immigrants or not. My condolences go out to those family members that have lost those two gentlemen because they were young in age. And so I send my condolences out to you and everybody else that has been, been devastated by this incident. And I am so glad that you were not, because we had just talked about you coming across that bridge the night before.
We did.
And I'm just and when I heard it, it was like, oh my God, but I had talked to you, so I knew that you were home. You know.
Yeah, and I had two band members that went across that bridge at about 11:30, so right before
11:30.
Right before it happened, because it happened at like 1 or 1:30, something like that. Yeah. They had just gone across that bridge coming from a gig, and I am so glad that they weren't on it.
I'm glad they weren't either, and I'm very glad that you went out, because Aunt Audrey and all the rest of us would have been devastated.
Oh my God!
I mean, to hear that you were on that bridge coming back across from doing a play or something, you know what I mean? Because I know that you have to leave late in your job and all that other stuff.
I leave late. I come home early. Things like that.
Yeah. So I thank God that you were safe and your band members, and my condolences go out to the families. But the way that bridge fell. It's more to it than meets the eye. It was like it was a well thought out plan, and the boat didn't get damaged with all that cargo.
With all of that stuff, right?
So
that's the crazy part.
I hope that they find out sooner than later, okay? Because if that's the case, we are in for a big awakening, and we know that it wasn't. Like the towers, so you can't blame it on anything like that, you know. And I don't want anybody to start putting that theory out there, because it's not, but we do need to think about the infrastructures if that's the case. That should be a priority if it's a major bridge that's taking you anywhere in this country, because the president has allocated money to all these states for infrastructures, and the bridges should have been one of the, I'm not talking about the president because that's not his decision, that's whatever state that you're in on how they were going to allocate their money, but he gave it. Yeah. So I think they need to go back and do some thoughts in what are they going to do about these bridges, I know in DC that we've had a number of mayors that have talked about getting different places to get you to these airports and stuff like that, and the bridges that you have to go across to get to. And, they start to work and they run out of money, And so I hope that, we put some thought into that, because this is devastating.
It really is.
And to watch it is devastating when they show, just actually how it just tumbled. It's devastating by itself. But I thank God for you, that you're here with us tonight, and your band members, and anybody else that made it across that bridge. Yeah. I hope that it's not that many people that they find that's in the water. I hope that it's minimal, because of the time of night that it was. And I ask that in Jesus' name, that it's minimal. That's a minimal loss. Right. We know our gas is going up. Yep. We know that the food is going to go up. The food's going up. Anything that has to do with resources that have to come across that bridge, we just know now it's getting ready to start summertime. Everything's going up. I saw the change in the gas in 2 days. Oh yeah. Yeah. We almost had, for regular, almost at $4. Oh my God. Like $3.67 I saw someplace.
It has been so much cheaper than that in my area. And so
it was cheaper than that here, So, we're in for a rude awakening, and it's an election year, guys. So y'all need to sit down. I keep on telling you to do your homework, and do what you have to do to make sure and pay attention to what's going on. Our president, ex-president, well, let's say Donald Trump, is now selling Bibles. Please don't be fooled. Because when you have a person that now you on television marketing Bibles, and then you want to change it from the Holy Bible to the God Bless America Bible, there's something wrong with that. because nobody's ever veered away from, I don't care whether it's King James or whoever version it is, it's still called the Holy Bible.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to be giving away documents. I just want you to know, so don't get sucked into buying that Bible thinking that you're going to get original copies of the Constitution and some other documents that he said, because you can go out there and get that for free. Google it, okay? You get anything you want for free that he's trying to give you for this ridiculous amount. You can go out and buy a Holy Bible cheaper than what he's selling his Bible for. And to change the name of God's Bible. Another thing that's bothering me, and then I'm going to shut up because I told you my voice is not the best, is that this is Holy Week. Y'all would have been through Holy Week when you see this. And I got very upset because I saw that in the Bible bookstores and some of the other stores, they gave you information about Ash Wednesday, Palm Sunday, and Easter. They didn't have that much information about Good Friday, the 7 last words that a lot of churches that have, the last 7 words that Jesus said on the cross. And they just X'd out Good Friday like they X'd out Christmas, And I think it was a group of people that made them kind of stop doing Xmas, and they had to go back to saying Christmas. And originally Good Friday was God's Friday.
Yeah.
So, you got to know, and I have to say this, even though I know it's Let's Talk with Paula. I have to say this. Palm Sunday was the beginning of his road that he knew that he had to take.
Yeah.
Holy Maundy Thursday was when he sat down at the Last Supper with his disciples to let them know what was getting ready to happen, and when Judas betrayed him. Good Friday is when they crucified him. He went for our sins.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that you don't have books and stuff in your church? I mean, Bible bookstores.
That's strange. That is really strange.
About Good Friday. And a lot of churches didn't have Good Friday service, Friday service, which is strange all by itself. But I'm going to leave that alone. That's for Jeremiah. But I just had to say that, okay? But we're going to get back and talk about you. But that was on my heart. I had to say it because this is after. So we don't have that happen next year, okay?
And I know they're not going to see it, but I'm really happy that I'm going to be a part of that, of the Good Friday service.
And I'm so glad you're part of that Good Friday service as well. I'm glad that your family's, part of it as well. And anybody that comes that's view, I'm glad that y'all are going to be a part of that Good Friday service. Like I said, my stuff is crashed, so you got to call Paul or call her or whatever until I can figure out what I'm doing, okay? But anyway, let's talk about Micah.
So I'm going to sing this song for you guys.
He had one. He wanted to show your label for the song.
Oh yeah.
Because he flashed. Okay, there you go.
That's my logo.
Yeah, your logo.
I love that logo.
I love it too.
It's my 2 favorite colors, blue and purple.
Well,
so everybody
purple
that knows me, blue
and purple is a holy color.
Yeah.
And this.
Oh, and me and the.
Look at you.
Doing the Barry White tribute. Dressed up like
look at you. There that is.
And then here we go. My single, Fly Me Away. Me and Alan Johnson. And I'm going to sing a little bit for you.
And
Thank you for having me again.
I'm always welcome. You're always welcome. Like I said, now you're the co-host.
Oh, yeah.
So I just really am blessed that you're here tonight. You know what I mean? God carved out this piece of time for you and I. Because I was trying to throw somebody else in the mix. So good night. You sing. You can stand up. He's ready for you.
I feel like I have wings. I'm flying. Fly, fly me away, and I'll never come down from this higher place. You take me away every time that we touch. Don't wanna leave friendship that grew into something new. So unsuspecting, but so true. Now I can't get enough of you. When you touch me, it's like lightning. When you kiss me, water flows. When you love me, heaven and earth move around me. Got me flying, soaring. Fly me away. Ooh, from this higher place. Oh, you take me away. No, 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 no. Didn't realize I needed you. And all along you needed me too. Every step I take, you take me through. Every move like a butterfly flows. Ooh, when you love me, it's like a lightning. When you kiss me, water flows. When you love me, heaven and earth move around me. Got me flying, soaring. Oh, I'll never come down. Oh, you take me away. Oh, I don't want to leave this place. Fly me away. Oh, from this higher place. Oh, every time you touch. Oh,
Jamais je n'ai senti ça. Je te sens tout amour de moi. Je suis à toi entièrement. Je me sens pousser des ailes si légères.